And Surah Al-Fatiha summarizes our entire purpose of life. We begin by praising Allah, unconditional, Alhamdulillah, and He is the Lord, the ultimate Lord of all of the creations. And we are reminded of His most essential characteristics. He is compassionate, He is merciful. We are reminded that there is an ultimate day of judgment, that this life is not going to end with our death, but we are going to be resurrected, and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will judge us when He resurrects us. And then we are told, what is our purpose here? What are we supposed to do? إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينَ. You alone, O Allah, are we going to worship, and You alone are the one whose help we will seek. There is no object in this entire creation that is worthy of our veneration, our worship, our servitude, besides You, O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And no one is there that can help me, that can guide me, that whom I can ask besides You. And that is why we worship Him and we seek His help alone. And what is the most important aspect of help that we want? اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. We want to be rightly guided. We want the straight path. This world is full of paths. Allah tells us in the Quran, don't follow the wrong paths. There's so many misdirections. There's so many evil ways. We don't want to go down there with those ways. We want to go down the straight path, the path that will take us to the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the path of the righteous, the path of the prophets, the path of the martyrs, the paths of those who have chosen piety over impiety, that have chosen to worship Allah over living a viceful life. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us by telling us how to ask Him, we are given hope. He has spoon-fed us. This is what you ask me, because the one who will respond when He tells you how to ask, then your trust in Him and your optimism for having your dua answered will be even higher. So we ask Allah to be guided to the straight path. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. Which path is that? صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. It is the path of those whom Allah has blessed, whom Allah has favored. Because we don't want the path of those who intentionally go astray, those who know the truth and then decide to not take that path. Hence they are accursed. Hence Allah's anger is on them. Nor do we want the path of those who might be sincere, but they're not doing the research. They're not reflecting enough. They're being a little bit naive and they're just going because other people are going. They might deep down inside have an element of sincerity, but we are not sheep. We don't just go where the people go. We don't want to go where the people are leading us astray, and that is the path of ضالين, where even if the intentions might be good, but they haven't done tafakkur and tadabbur, they haven't contemplated, and hence they still go astray. And by saying Ameen, the meaning of Ameen is an affirmation of all that has preceded. The meaning of Ameen is to say, oh Allah, all that I have heard, I want this, oh Allah, grant it to me. And so this surah serves as an introduction to our relationship between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.